What's up, dudes? Welcome back to Everyday Money. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you all out there have heard of these virtual worlds out there where you can meet up with people, you can conduct e-commerce, they're selling real estate on now. I've heard of artists doing concerts on these things, and it's called the Metaverse. And it's not something that's actually really new, even though you may have just heard about it, because Facebook or something like that has recently renamed themselves Meta. But there's been talk about this Metaverse thing all over the internet, and it's becoming more of a mainstream topic. But these things have been out for quite a while, really, if you think about it. These video games like Roblox, Second Life, Decentraland, these things have been going on for quite a while. And you may even look at some of the more like the massive multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft, or even games where you can pretty much do whatever you want, like Grand Theft Auto. Some of those things you may be able to also correlate with the Metaverse. But the big thing is that people can have their online avatars move around, interact, and basically have a second world, sort of like the Second Life game, in these worlds, and that is been a bigger point of conversation since Facebook announced that they are going to come up with some sort of metaverse project. Because when these ringers, these trillion-dollar companies start coming in and saying that they're going to do something, it starts garnering a lot of attention. Now, there's people saying that might be a public relations thing to try to steer people away from the recent whistleblower stuff that's come out that has said that Facebook has put profits over people's mental health, the mental whatever, that people are being negatively affected by Facebook's platform, which I can definitely agree with. Doesn't really matter, because if they come out with this and as a way to make money, people will make money on it. Now, this brings me to Shiba Inu Token. The developers have said that they want to create a Shiba Metaverse, and they are taking steps towards making that happen. And if there's one thing that I can say about this coin, is that it has consistently delivered on what they have promised, from Shiba Swap to NFTs to at least creating some sort of burn mechanism, even though it doesn't, there's not a lot being burned right now. Even if there's millions or billions, it's not really a lot of tokens being burned altogether. But they have consistently delivered. Sometimes it's a little later than what we would like, but they've consistently delivered on the things that they have said that they were going to do. And so this next iteration of the Shiba Inu token ecosystem is the Shiba Inu games and the Metaverse. And now they have already started working on the games, because they have said that they are going to partner with David Volk, the former president of Activision, and they're going to start making play-to-earn NFT games, and that is going to be their beginning, where they're going to transition into the Metaverse. And the thing about the Metaverse is that people are already out there in these different metaverses doing this online commerce. I saw a video that Ryan Pineda put out about him buying real estate in the Metaverse, and you can do this. And like I said, artists are doing their concerts online. And the way that all of this is going to work is that when you buy something, you are going to get an NFT, which will essentially be like your title, certificate of authenticity, whatever the thing is in the real world that correlates with whatever you want to buy in the Metaverse. That is going to be your NFT that will go along with your proof of ownership. Obviously, there's money to be made in this, in really any online venture. Almost anything there's a way to get some bit of profit margin out of it. And actually, the global market for metaverse commerce right now is about $1 trillion, according to digital currency investor Grayscale. So that is from an article I read, I think from Business Insider or something like that. What does it mean for the Shiba Inu token? What's it mean for the price of the Shiba Inu token? And a lot of that comes down to how the metaverse is actually done. Will these metaverse, will it be like the internet right now, where it is the place that you go to and then you can visit different pages and you can visit these different worlds? Or will each one of these be their own individual thing, like a game is right now. You know, you can play Call of Duty, or you can play Roblox, or Minecraft, or whatever. Are these going to be individual things? Because when you start looking at investing in real estate, digital real estate in the metaverse, if they can just go ahead and create as much digital real estate as they want, that really kind of undermines the whole idea of real estate, is that there's only a limited amount. For example, if Facebook has a metaverse, if Decentraland has a metaverse, if Shib has a metaverse, and then if any other token comes out with a metaverse, like Doji on Mars or something like that, if there can be that many New York City style cities where they want the land value to be worth a lot, they want the incomes to be a lot, and however that's going to work, that's not going to work out if everyone else can just go ahead and create their own metaverse. But if Shib Metaverse does take off, and if it is successful, and for example, if it is the one that makes it and is the biggest one, and I can foresee there being a very similar battle here, if it's going to be a, you know, one metaverse wins over all the others versus like an internet style where you can go to many different metaverses. I'm working on the fly here with that. You're gonna end up likely with a VHS Betamax or HD DVD Blu-ray fight, where in the end somebody is going to win and the other one will become worthless, and that has major implications for people that are purchasing this digital real estate on these metaverse, because if you happen to be invested in the one that does not do well, it will not go well for you, and there's a good chance that you could lose all or most of your investment. So the thing is just be really careful at putting any money right now into the metaverse until it kind of fleshes out how it is going to end up going. Now, again, if the Shib Metaverse were to take off in a big way, what would this do for the price of the Shiba Inu token? Well, it would make it go up. It would be a very huge upward pressure on the token, and it would likely go up in a large way, sort of like Mana has for Decentraland. There will be a lot of transactions happening all the time. If there is if the Shib Metaverse gets off the ground, there will be transactions just like you would see every day in this you know, in the real world. You know, there'll be real estate transactions, there will be commercial transactions. I'm sure there will be some sort of utility. I'm sure there will be some sort of tax for someone to make this all happen. But that would be, with all that usage of the token, that would add a lot of utility to it and would potentially drive up the price of the token. The thing that I can see with all of these metaverse out there is it will probably end up being like anything else in the business world, is that the dominant player will probably start buying up the rest of these projects and incorporating them into their fold. So that is something to look out for as well in the future. Then there's also, for me, the social media implications and the social effect on the rest of the world. I think that we've all seen these dystopian movies out there, like the Ready Player One, or I can't remember what it was. There was a cartoon or an animated movie where the people were just sitting there essentially zoned out in chairs. And what ends up happening is that people start working on these virtual worlds more than they're working on the actual world. And I just, you know, call me getting older in life and, you know, maybe not embracing this in the way that some other folks were, but I just don't see how people disconnecting and getting into their own echo chambers in these social media worlds, because we already know that there's social media addiction. There are problems with social media. The latest whistleblower with the Facebook company really brings to light a lot of things about profit over people's mental health, and it's I don't see a lot of good coming out of this these metaverse worlds, but that is strictly my opinion. And even with that said, I think that when these things do come out, there will be a ton of money to be made in them, and so it will be something that I'll have to keep on my radar, and it's something for you all to keep on your radar. The takeaway from this is that right now, I think that these are all extremely risky things to invest in. I think that there is a good chance for a significant downside, especially if you're not riding with the people that have the billions and trillions of dollars I think Facebook has the biggest chance of making this work because they can literally just throw almost unlimited amount of cash into it, and they already have a user base that is just absolutely enormous that will probably immediately migrate to that platform. So I think that they have the best chance of having a massively successful metaverse simply because they can probably force it into existence. But as I said, also the Shiba Inu token has had a history of delivering on the promises that were made to their users, to their investors. And so I think that these things with the NFT pay to play games, and I think the Shib Metaverse are very likely to come into existence. And so these are things that we just have to keep our eyes on as Shiba Inu token holders. Guys, if you got something out of this, be sure to give me a like button there. Hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the metaverse.